Hey everyone, Luke here with another video. In today's video, I'm going to give you 2 strategies on how to deal with the recent smartphone locked price crashes. Let's go. Hey everybody, so in today's video, we're going to be talking about the recent price crashes. Everybody out there is panicking, people are losing money, direct buyers are losing thousands. What do you do? What do you do when that direct buyer is completely gone? And when I say completely gone, yeah, prices will adjust, but right now, you got to sell your phones. And if you're working off $20 to $30 margins based off a price list, right now, locked prices are not going to work. So right here on the screen, I got pulled up for everybody. This is Atlas Mobile's price sheet. These are this is just basically a common buyer's price sheet. That's why I'm using them. I'm not going to be able to give out my exclusive direct buyers. I sell that. Not going to tick off all my paid members and give that info out for free. So we're going to use Atlas's price list. There's nothing wrong with Atlas. Everybody's locked prices are down right now. Some of the higher up contacts are still up there a little bit, but even they are down right now on locked prices. So that being said, we're going to jump right into this. So looking at Atlas's price list right now on locked devices, XS Max 64 gig AT&T is only $560. XS Max 256 AT&T is only $660. These are really low prices. This is affecting everybody out there in the entire phone flipping industry that is selling to a direct buyer. Now, the bad thing is when prices crash, it typically mainly affects locked devices. This is a huge issue because devices that are locked really can't be sold locally. So if you're wondering right now what you should do with your locked devices, what's your best avenue? The first best avenue that you can do, the best thing you can do to not try and lose as much money, to just get these phones out of your inventory, get them off your desk, get them off your shelves, get them shipped out, is to go back to your roots and list them on eBay. So I'm going to pull up eBay's. That's right. So strategy number 1 is to go back to your roots, list them on eBay. So here in the eBay tab, just that I've got pulled up right here, you're going to notice that these iPhone XS Maxes, especially if they're gold, even though they're listed as parts only, and they clearly state that they are still on a contract, etc., they are still selling for upwards of $800. So that's right. If you have not burnt your bridge with eBay, which is why I have preached in previous videos, do not burn your bridge with eBay. Do not think that direct buyers are a solve-all for all issues. eBay is still an extremely valuable platform, an extremely valuable tool in the reselling or phone flipping industry, any reselling industry, really. eBay is a good platform. But this is strategy number 1. Get those things on eBay. Get them on there fast. Okay, you can still sell them and probably break even or make a profit depending on how much you paid for them. So right now, if we were to sell to Atlas Mobile, just going to jump back over here into the Atlas tab, we are looking at XS Maxes and they are selling for $560. They want $560 for a 64 gigabyte. That means you would have had to get the phone at like $500, which probably isn't very likely. They're only offering $660 for an XS Max 256 gigabyte. Now over in my eBay tab, the XS Max 256 gigabyte was what I was going off of for an example. So $660 we're going to get from Atlas. Now doing a little math here, we're jumping back over to the eBay tab. Right now, July 23rd, so as of today, whatever, it looks like 9:32 p.m. or something. I'm not sure if that's Central or what time they go off of. But July 23rd, a sealed Apple iPhone Max, XS Max, whatever, gold AT&T finance sold for $859.99. Now, even if you take 10% off of that, that's still over $700 no matter how you look at it, even with PayPal fees factored in and shipping fees. So right now, your best bet, the number 1 strategy right now is get those phones on eBay, get them sold, get them off of your desk, off of your shelves, and get them on there before prices continue to further crash if they don't recover right away. So your best bet is just to sell them on eBay. Here's another phone, and one thing that's important, by the way, this phone in the bottom here looks like it sold June 21st. That's why it's $899. However, another one sold July 21st for $899. This one was July 23rd. Dates are important when looking at sold listings, but the point is, everyone, you can still probably manage $750 right now net after eBay fees, PayPal fees, and shipping. So $750 for your XS Max 256 gigabyte AT&T. So if you have not burnt eBay as a selling platform, burnt the bridge, got yourself banned, used a stealth account, banned your IP, etc., you can still use eBay as a very valuable selling platform. eBay has a huge market, okay? There's a lot of people on eBay, tons of audience, easy to sell stuff on there. So eBay is the #1 strategy. You just need to go out there and do it. Don't panic about these prices. Don't sweat it. It's going to be okay. So strategy number 2 that we're going to talk about, this is for people out there where eBay is not an option. Maybe you got yourself banned, or maybe you started phone flipping without taking a course or finding mentorship, and you started listing high-end phones right away, and then eBay and PayPal evaluated your account and noticed that you are selling high-end phones, which have a very high eBay case and chargeback rate, and so they looked at your account, thought that it was risky, and they suspended it. If you have heard this before, drop a comment down below. If you've gotten an email like this, or you've gotten one of those eBay restrictions, and you just started selling on eBay, drop a comment down below. There's a chance that I can maybe help you fix your eBay account. But that being said, this happens to people all the time. People who are just doing legitimate business, but because they start scaling really fast, or because the eBay account's new and you start selling these high-end phones, you have gotten your eBay account banned. That's very unfortunate. It happens to people out there. I see it all the time, especially people who are in my free group. If you have not yet gotten banned, I'm telling you, there is a certain way to list the phones and a certain way to start your account out without getting banned by selling these phones on eBay. And it's super irritating when you get banned because it's very hard to get unbanned. But that being said, strategy number 2, this is for you people. This is for people out there who don't have eBay as an option. Now, here is a little bit about this strategy. This is kind of an analogy. So this happens in the stock market world, where sometimes a new stock, preferably, actually, what we're going to talk about, let's stop talking about stocks. We're going to talk about Bitcoin. What seems to happen is all of the big people in the industry, they are the one that sets the prices. The same thing with the phone flipping industry. The overseas buyers, or the bigger buyers, set kind of the pricing trend for all of these middlemen people that work off these price sheets, etc. So that being said, basically, this strategy is to hold on for the long run. So like in Bitcoin, I've seen many times where Bitcoin will rise up, and then it seems like all the big players will sell all their coins so that the price purposely goes down. And what that does is it scares all of the little buyers, and then they sell out, and the price continues to sink even further because there's a lot of little buyers. And when all the little buyers sell put together, it equals a huge price drop. Then what happens is the big fish come in, they buy the dip, and it starts to go back up, and then the smaller buyers get screwed. So how this relates to this analogy and this strategy is basically, if you want to hold on to your phones, there's a good chance that the price will go back up and somewhat stabilize as it did before with the last price crash. However, this one may be a little more difficult. It may be longer. Obviously, Apple is trying to do their best to patch this kind of stuff, crash this kind of stuff. So there's all kinds of avenues out there that could happen. But if you don't have eBay as an option, you have to weigh out the consequences of dumping your phones right now to a direct buyer, or basically using the sellout strategy, which is cutting your losses, getting out right now, knowing that if prices drop next week, boom, your phones are shipped out, you've gotten paid, you've cut your losses. Or the strategy that I'm proposing, depending on how risky you want to be, is hold on to the phones. Just hold on to your money and see if the prices start to stabilize. Now, to use this strategy, you have to ask yourself, how much did you get the phones for, and how much are you going to lose if you sell to Atlas? If you purchased your XS Max 256 gigabyte for, $720 or $740 based off of last week's price list, and you were expecting to get $770 or $780, and you're going to lose $100 a phone, it might be worth trying to hold on to your phones and then sell them as the price stabilizes. You might lose less money that way. Or the other strategy is the sellout, cut your loss strategy, and that's basically just get rid of them and cut your losses. Strategy 2, these are just basically kind of both wrapped in together, is basically hold on to them or sell out. There's basically, different concepts, same type of strategy. You're either holding or you're selling, So these are really your only 2 viable options, is to 1, list on eBay, or 2, hold the phones. And if holding the phones doesn't make sense to you, or let's just say you're only losing $20. That's why strategy 2 basically is kind of a 2-part strategy. You have to look at your phones and just ask yourself, how much did you pay for this? If you're only going to lose $20 a phone by selling them right now to Atlas, and you got a pretty good deal on them, or whoever your direct buyer is, then perhaps strategy 2, you should probably do step 2 and just follow out step 2 is strategy 2 and just follow out, just sell out, sell the phones at a minimal loss, cut your losses, and that way at least you know you're not going to lose hundreds by next week if for some reason the prices continue to crash or something bad happens. You never know. So me personally, I like working off of guarantees, so I don't really like that kind of stuff. Me personally, I have not been banned off of the platform eBay, so I'm going to be listing my stuff on eBay and happily selling it and still making a profit. But if you are not in that position to do strategy number 1, strategy number 2 will work for you. So like I said, step 1 of strategy 2 is assess what you have in inventory. Look back at your prices. If you didn't do a very good job of keeping record of bill of sales or a cash log or a diary of prices or whatever, look back in your text and try and figure out what you paid for each phone. Put a sticky on each phone. Then go and look at your best direct buyers prices. Try and work with them and see how much you would lose by selling them all out. If you would lose over $100 a phone, you might be better off keeping them, or if you're banned off eBay, maybe try listing them on Mercari. Now, if you're only going to lose $20 a phone, write it off as a business loss and ship them out and cut your losses and get out of it as soon as possible. These are my 2 best strategies that you can use while the price crash is still going on, while prices have not recovered. Now, if you've got clean clear on unlocked phones and you're not happy with the prices of your direct buyers, especially on older models like iPhone 7 Plus, iPhone 8, put those things on Facebook Marketplace, sell them as SIM unlocked, and let them go out the door for higher prices than you're going to get on eBay or from direct buyers. You can always sell SIM unlocked phones locally. However, SIM unlocked prices really haven't changed too much just because of the fact that lock prices are down. They don't really affect SIM unlock, thankfully. So that being said, I hope this kind of helps you guys, gives you some info. Hope you got some value from this, and I hope it gives you 2 solid strategies that you can do and gives you the steps on what you need to do and where you need to sell your devices and how you need to get out of it if you are suffering from the price drop or the price crashes going on right now. So that being said, make sure you guys smash that like button, hit subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video.